Hey guys, Ro here and warm welcome to this video. So today we are transforming these little note card sets into these fun little projects. I got a couple little junk journal sets here with the matching pockets, but then you can also make different style pockets too if you just want the pocket itself. So like when I was first playing around, I did like this pocket, so like this style. And so this is like an example of absolutely no decorating at all whatsoever. Just made the pocket and it was just so cute by itself, so I left it. And you can totally cover up the back if you wanted to. And even the front. So I will show you how to cover them. Let's say you don't like the design that you have, or maybe it's a thank you card or something. I'll show you how to cover it, but just so cute just the way that it is. And then there's also this size, and I just have a little journaling card inside, and I could have totally made this into a tag as well. But there's like this, size and style. And then like, look at this one. I just love it. It's so cute. And they fit so many things inside of them, and they're really durable and strong because of the thickness of these cards. And so as you can see, I didn't even cover it up or anything. Just wanted to give you a bunch of different ideas. Just so fun to play with. I figured this is a cool, affordable crafting project that pretty much anyone can grab these little note card sets from the Dollar Tree. They're always hanging out in the greeting card section. And they have like some that are thank you cards, some that are regular with the designs. And so, but like if you don't have these specific ones that you get at the dollar store, then, you can pretty much follow along with this process with about any size card that you have. It's pretty much the same. So yeah, let's go ahead and check these out, and then we'll just jump right on into the tutorial. So fun playing with these. It's just, easy for a buck. You can make so many fun little things. So these are the two sets that I made. Now this one I did not finish. I kind of like did most of it, and then I was like, oh, I want to make pink. And I kind of just like abandoned the poor little thing and did this one. But I did want to show you like an idea that's cool for a junk journal theme, or even just a straight up mini album. Doesn't have to be junk journal. But if you wanted to stay closer to the design that the card was originally. So I didn't do much, to these. I did some inking around the edges with the Tim Holtz Vintage Photo ink. And then look how cute inside. So like I covered up the envelope because we use the envelope for the pages on the inside, but I covered up the envelope with just some of my cardstock. And so you can, do it with or without extra cardstock. So this is a great project to use like one pack and a bunch of your scraps, and just, scrap lace, scrap fabric, any of your scraps will work, and you could just have tons of fun playing with your scraps with this project. So like here we have pockets on the top, and I just put one of these little coupons that I had got from a garage sale, and it turns like this. We have this page here, and like I said, I abandoned it. I didn't keep decorating, but it's kind of cool because you could see it, just like plain without the decor and with it pretty much. And I have another little coupon that I stuck in there. And then over here we have our two pockets here. And then this one opens like this, so kind of like interactive. And I put another one of those little coupons there. I was just so excited to have a project that would fit these little coupons. I have so freaking many of them. But yeah, just so fun. So we used our envelopes for the pages on the inside. And then here I covered it up with some cardstock, and that's it with like this one. And then the pocket, it's just a matching pocket that I didn't do much to. I just did a little inking on the back. And then I don't know if you guys ever seen these, but I grabbed it from the Dollar Tree. It's the little stamper, like a date stamper. And if you ever run into those, it's a great thing to have in your junk journal stash for a buck, because you can use these to stamp like dates and stuff. So I wanted to play with it because I really hadn't used it yet. So that's the first set that wasn't really finished, but the one that I'm in love with is this one because I wanted to play with pink and lace and stuff like that. So this one, I pretty much covered up a lot of it. So you would never even know, for the most part, that I use these little note card sets to make it. So we have the lace trim on the spine here, and then you open it up, and I put a page here. It's kind of like a ledger page. Just so cute. Some glitter paper. I have this like lace that I love that has these like stars and stuff. So I just like fussy cut the star out of the lace and just did a little bit of collaging there. I inked this with just some regular pink ink. It's not the Tim Holtz or anything, just regular pink ink that I have. Did a butterfly, little doily back there. Here I used a piece of lace like as a pocket. And I did add a music sheet in there. So I'll show you like if you want to add sheets to your little junk journal. That's a cool thing you could do. And I could have absolutely stuffed this so much more, and you can. And then look, we have just this cute little piece of ephemera, and I put a little lace here to cover up like that part. Just very, you know, fun with the junk journal thing. I used the music note sheets, and then I just put some cardstock behind it to make it a little bit more firm as a little tag here. And then this one, you know, opens up like this. And then I have like this little card inside, do some journaling. And these cute little albums are great as a little gratitude book, like writing a couple things you're grateful for in each page each day, or like an affirmation book, you know, really cute for that type of thing, or, you know, or happy mail or gifts or whatever you want to do with them. But just some fun collaging here. Got some washi tape over the music sheet here. And then, yeah, just so fun. And then this one is just a cute little tag that I made, or I guess you can call it a little photo mat that I put in these pockets, because the way these sheets work out, we have pockets on top and then we have the pockets on the inside that are really easy because of the way that, you know, the envelope comes out after we cut it. And then over here, I just have a little sentiment that says, never stop making memories together. Isn't that like us? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, it's so cute, and it fits right into the little pocket like that. And then here, I just put that in the front, this little butterfly bookmark, and I just use my little glitter punch for the little butterflies. And then, oops, almost dropped my little baby here. And then I put a little floral thing there. And then I put lace on this side to kind of like match them together like a little set. I didn't do the back, but you absolutely can cover it. But yeah, so this is like an example of one where I totally covered it up with my junk journal type of paper. And then this one, you know, I didn't really cover it up that much at all. So you can go either way, or a little mixture of both, whatever, you know, you want to do depending on your stash and what you're feeling. So just a fun, relaxing project. So let's go ahead and grab our scoreboard and our cards, and we will just start making some fun stuff. So let me grab a card here I want to work with. I think I'm just going to pull out one envelope and one card for now, and we'll just start making stuff. So we'll make the junk journal set first. All right, so the first step is to take your card, and we want it, so it opens this way, but we want to turn it this way to where like the spine is here and it opens down here. Okay, so we'll put it like this onto our trimmer, and we're going to go to 2 1/4. And this will be the little cover for our journal or mini album, whichever way you want to do it. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. And then we're just going to turn this over here like this, and we're going to go to the 3, and we're going to just trim off a little bit of it. So we want this to be 3 inches. Okay, and so now we have our little 2 1/4 by 3 inch little cover for our book. So it looks like that so far. Okay, and then now let's grab our envelope, and what we're going to do is turn it to where it has the little Hallmark print on it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like this little Hallmark print. But either way, even if yours doesn't have that, you want to have like the lid on this side. And we're going to take this onto our trimmer and go to 2 inches, right? So we're going to put it on the 2 inch mark, and we're going to cut it right in half. Okay, and this is going to be our pages. So we'll just go ahead and fold. You'll have this little piece that falls out, so we don't need that, unless you want to turn it to like a tuck spot or something. So we'll just fold these in half. Let me burnish mine. I didn't grab my little thing here. Okay, so turn that, and then this one, we're also just going to fold it right in half with the Hallmark little stamp faced up. And this will be our little pages. And then what we're going to do is take this one to where like we have, I don't know if you can see it, but like it'll be like this, okay? And then this one will go on top, and we want the Hallmark to be upside down. So I know you can't hardly see it, but just make sure that the word Hallmark on your envelope is upside down so that our pockets could kind of like be like that. And then we're going to place this one inside here. And let me see, because we do want to have our little pockets here. Oh yeah, okay. So before we like bring this together, however you want to do it, Let's go ahead and trim this a little bit. So like you see how it has it like this? I wanted it to just be straight across like that. So it's totally optional if you want to. And see how we have this little flap here? That's going to help bring it out too in our page. So to do that, we're just going to bring it into our scoreboard, and we're basically just going to cut right here at this score line all the way down to this like point right here. So point to point, and that'll just make it more of a clean score line. That's totally optional. So you can really play with these and make your pages however you want, but that's like how I did it. So I'll show you right now after I cut it. So see, now it's just more of a like a triangle that way. And then we'll do the same thing on this side, point to point on our trimmer. So we're just basically like redefining our little triangles there, I guess you could say. Okay, so now it's more like that. So we'll fold that back in, turn it back around, and now you could just really decide how you want. Oh, and I have my hallmark not upside down. We want the hallmark upside down to have our pages. So now that I turn it this way, I can decide, do I want to keep this here and have like a pocket and have this come out like that? Or do I want to flip this back, right? Fold it back. And then on this page, I will have like an upside down triangle pocket where I can like tuck stuff like that. So you can decide which way that you want it to go. So I'm going to leave it like mine so we have a little mixture of everything. And then this one, what I'm going to do is just cut this little tip off right here so it's not like hanging out. So I'm just pulling that little piece off basically. And this one I will have like this, but you could also put this one to the back, and then you would have this page that's like, you know, with like a tuck spot. We'll glue right here, make it a tuck spot. And then you'll have your two pockets here. And then when you turn the page, ultimately, we can glue this part right here and we can have another tuck spot, or you can keep it more interactive. So totally up to you, but we have a couple cute little options with our little pages. So once you decide how you like it, then we'll take our other one and we're just going to stick, you know, score line to score line, make them even and close them up. Make sure the hallmark is upside down so that it will look like this. If you're using a regular envelope, just, you know, make sure your pockets look like that. And then you can decide now, like if you're doing a junk journal theme, well, it doesn't even have to be, but let's just say you want to add some vellum or you want to add some music sheets like I did. This would be the time to like put together your little signature. So what we want to do first is measure this, right? So it's 5.5 by 2 inches. So whatever sheets you want to use, that would be your starting measurement. So let's just grab something. I'm going to grab like a little music sheet here. And so we're going to cut it down to that 5.5 by 2. So I think I'm over here at 5.5. And I'm going to go down to 2. And now I can fold this in half. And I'll have another cute little page to stick in my album. So I can stick it right here, or I can stick it like in between, like this, and then put this one on top. And so, you know, you just do it like any junk journal where you kind of make your little signature pages. Maybe I want to have them like cut halfway. So I could do that. Let's see, we were at 5.5 by 2, right? So let's say 5.5, okay. And I'm gonna go by like 1 and see what that gives me. I haven't done that yet, but we can play with it and make some pages, you know, a little shorter, taller, however we want them. And so you see how like you'll have pages that are kind of uneven, you know, like we do that in our junk journals. So you could do something like that as well. And this could totally be a different like type of sheet or vellum or whatever. So, you know, play around with it. You have your starting measurements and just see how you like it. So like I could put it in here, or maybe I could put it in the front since I already have that other music sheet there. And just, you know, play with your signature. And I can cut this down, right? Maybe I want it to be a little shorter. In our little tiny journal. I can like go like that, and that'll be a cute little flap there, little page, you know. And so you could just have tons of fun building out your little signature like that. So for the sake of time, I'll just keep going. But once you have your signature the way that you want, because all I did with mine, my cute little pink set, I just used one little music sheet, this one. That's really all I added to it. But you can just literally have a blast. So now we can just take our stapler And we can go ahead and just put a staple right here in the middle. You could also take your little puncher thing and just poke a hole right in the middle and put some string around it, and that would be just so cute, right? So it's really up to you, but staple is the easiest way to do it. So we will go ahead and do that. And let me find my stapler. I don't think okay, here it is. So for the staple, I want the front of the staple to be over here. So, oh, actually, you know what? We need our cover before we start stapling. So let's grab our cover that we made. I think this one was mine. We'll put our signature in here, and you just want to make sure that it's lined up in the middle. So I got this little page over here going rogue on me. Okay, so there we go. And I'm just going to use my little bone folder, just make sure that it's lined up, all the score lines in the middle there. Then we're going to take our stapler, and we want the top of the staple to be right there on the spine. So I'm going to do it like that. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it right there in the middle. And you could do 2 staples if you want. I think I'll do that just to make it a little bit more from them flowing around. Then we'll close it. We'll give it a little burnishing to train it to close again. And there we go. We have our cute little booklet. So we've got that first little page there. We've got this page and our little music sheet. We have this pocket that we can stick some glue right up here and make it a tuck spot that's like up at the top. This was such a relaxing, like fun little project that's, you know, so affordable because you can use up some of them scraps and, you know, get a whole set of these cards for like $1.25 now. I remember when I first went to the Dollar Tree when it went from like $1 to $1.25. I was all culture shocked. I was like, well, hold on. It was just kind of funny when I first realized that it went up a quarter. All right, and so we just glue it like that. Now we can, we have our little tuck spot that we can stick stuff in that way. We turn our little page here. We've got our little pocket here, little pocket here. And then let's go ahead and put some glue right here. So we have another top tuck spot there. I don't know the technical term for this type of pocket. Triangle tuck spot? I don't know. Triangle pocket? Who knows? So now we got another pocket there once it's glued, but you can also leave that flat open if you wanted. And then we have our little pages. And if I wanted this one to be like in my album, just in case, I can leave it like this. And that's how I did it in mine. So wouldn't even do really any gluing. I would just put a cute little embellishment or whatever glued to like the top here. So let's say this was my embellishment. I'd only put glue at the top and stick it on like that. And then it just looks really cute too. And then you can open it and have your pocket that way. So whichever way you want to go. So I think I'll just keep this one, even though I glued it a little bit. I'll keep it this way so we have couple different ways in the album. So that's how you make your album. Now let's go ahead and cover up some pages if you want to do that. Maybe you don't like the design, or maybe you want to do a little mixture of both. So for that, like to cover up our cover, you just measure your cover. So it's 3 by 2 1/4. So you grab any scrap. So let me see if I have one that's that size. This isn't 2 1/4. Let's see. So this one is 2 1/4 by 3. And then I'm literally just going to glue it right on top like that. That's all I did for mine. And you can, of course, make pockets if you want. So if I want a pocket over here, I can just glue like this. Or if I want a pocket on the top, I can glue like that. So you can definitely, you know, decide whether you want to do that. I'm just going to glue it straight on for now. Just so you can kind of get an idea of how we cover it up if you just don't want to see that design of your card. And of course, you know, do your inking ahead of time. Probably best to ink before you put the staples, like right before you staple it. So we have the cover. Look how cute. And you can just do any theme, like regular mini album, junk journal. Just such a cute little way to use up our scraps too. All right, so let's do a page just so you can get some measurements for that. So my page here is 2 by 2 3/4. So let's cover up a page. So I'm going to take this sheet right here. So 2 3/4 by 2. So there's no white space or anything. So you can literally just measure the exact size of your page or your album cover. And I can decide if I want any pockets. Oh, and we do have some pockets already at the top here on some of these, if I remember correctly. Or did I cut mine? How did I get those pockets up top? We should have some pockets, because mine, I didn't even plan it. It just ended up having pockets on top. Okay, so I think I do have that first sheet upside down. So let me show you real quick in case you want the pockets on top. Let me see. Yeah, I should have showed you guys that. I forgot because it was not even planned with mine. I was just like, oh, I have pockets up here when I did it. So let me grab another envelope really quick and just show you. So it wouldn't be too confusing. So we're going to cut our envelope like this at the 2-inch mark. And then the envelope that does not have the Hallmark little stamp on it, we're going to fold like this. And so I think I had told you originally for this back page, remember we put the Hallmark on the top of it with the Hallmark upside down. So like that. So that doesn't change, that stays the same. But for this one, look out for where your top pockets are if you want them. So mine are here. So actually I will leave mine like this to be the top of my journal and then put this one here like that. And now I have the pockets the way that I showed you. And you will also have some top pockets up here when it's all said and done. So I'll have one there and one there. So sorry about that. I totally was not thinking about that till later. So that's how you would do it if you want the pockets on top. Okay, so back to our little thing. So now I want to cover up one of my little envelope pages. And so to do that, we've already cut it down. And I would just glue one on top of the other, and I can make endless pockets this way as well, right? Because I can also have another one on top or on the side there. So that's totally up to you, and that'll just be dependent on how you glue it. So I'm just going to glue this one straight on. And so, yeah, this one's easy because the measurements are exact. We're not going to have any white space or anything like that. We're just one on top of the other. Unless, of course, you want the white space. That's perfectly fine, too. You just cut it a little smaller. But yeah, so fun and cute and easy. I mean, just so easy. So see, so that's pretty much how you cover it or not. And then we have our little music sheets. And then I pretty much didn't cover up my little pocket pages, but you can. You can do like a little half triangle and cover that up and then just go under like that. So that's totally, you know, up to you. Then we have our little interactive flap here. And then now to cover up our little paper clips here, you can use a little bit of washi tape right there. Like one strip of washi tape would work. Let me see. I think I have some washi tape nearby. So for me, I just used a little strip of lace to cover up the staples. So whatever you have in your stash will work. And so like if I wanted to use washi tape, I could just put this one right in the middle there, you know, and just cut it a little bit. Now, where did you guys know I'm notorious for losing stuff right in front of my face. There, my scissors. Okay. And so I'm just going to cut this just a little bit. I could also wrap it around the whole thing. So there we go. And that covers up the staples and looks so adorable. Let's see. There we go. And now they are covered. That's what I love about these minis. Like, it's so easy to do everything. And then on mine, I just put a little lace on each side. So I put a little trim here, and then I turned it around, and I put a little trim there. I didn't even fold it over or anything. I like the way that it looked that way, you know. So you can really, and you can also just grab another piece of washi tape and do the same thing on that side if you wanted to. Or use cardstock, you know, you use whatever you have, depending on how you want your book. But let's just say I wanted to use, oh, that's so cute too. And these are really cool and easy to embellish the covers because, I mean, literally one cute little chipboard sticker or embellishment on the front and you're practically done. You can round your corners. I did on mine. So that's up to you. I think I round it like every page if I remember correctly. But you just go through each page and round them. When it's all said and done, do your gluing. You know, if you want to cover up the pages, do that first and then round your corners. And then, you know, you can just do some inking over it if you wanted to. But yeah, so that's pretty much how to make the journal. The rest is up to you, and then you can cover that back up or really however you want to go. So that's the journal part. So let's go ahead and make the little pocket that our journal goes inside of. So for that, let's see, we're going to take a brand new card out of our little pack here. And we are going to cut this card in half. So we're going to remove this whole part with all the wording away from this part. So we're just cutting them straight in half. So pretty much like this. All right, and then we're going to take this card, and on the 5-inch side, we're going to actually cut it down. It's 5 1/4 right now, but let's cut it down to 5 inches. It's going to be the measurement that we want. And I need to cut, I just have this little bit here, so I'm just going to cut that off a little bit because it's going to kind of drive me nuts. Just going to trim a little bit off because I didn't trim it exactly on that score line when I cut them in half, I don't think. So just want to take that off. Okay, now we got rid of that. Okay, so now we're going to put it on the 5-inch side. Make sure when you start scoring that it is on the 5-inch mark. And then we're just going to go ahead and score like any other pocket, 1/2 inch 3 times around. So we'll go half, turn it, go half, turn it. It's like a song, half, turn it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm such a goofball. Okay, another half. All right, and then we're going to just cut our corners if you want to. And you know, I don't do any fancy stuff on my corner cutting. Then we'll go ahead and burnish like so. And then we'll take that other side that we cut off from our card, and you can decide if you want to glue it where this is on the outside. Maybe you want that like junk journal feel and have some writing there, or you can turn it around so that it's plain on the back. So then it would go like this, okay? And this is pretty much how we're going to glue it. But before we do, let's decide a couple things. Are we going to cover up our pocket like we did here? So do you want to cover it? If you do, you would need to cover it now and then do your notch and, you know, do your inking. Well, you could do your inking after you glue it, but definitely your notch. And if you want to cover it, you'd want to do that first. So let's go ahead and do that together because it's really easy if you want to keep this design. You just keep it. But if you do want to cover it up, let's see. I kind of want mine to match what pretty much matching anyways my first one. So that's really easy. You don't even have to do any measuring or anything. You pretty much just put glue, put it on top, and you can even give yourself another pocket up here or pocket on the side if you want. Let's do a side pocket. I think that'd be fun. Let's try it. Why not, right? Okay, so for a side pocket, I'm just going to glue here, here, and here. And if you don't want to play around with extra pockets, just put glue over the whole thing and stick it right on top. We're just going to cut it afterwards. But I'm going to try a little side pocket for fun for now. I didn't think about it before. I probably would have went more pocket crazy. So I'm just going to glue like this because I do want that side pocket. And if you want another top pocket, you would just glue like that. But let's play around. And so I'm just going to go like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the overage like so. So it makes it really easy covering up any pockets that I show you today. This is how you would cover them up. Just make sure to, you know, do that before gluing or what have you. Do your notches. And it's really easy to do with any type of cardstock. Use your fabric, you know, whatever you want. So now we've got that covered. So cutie. And now we'll do our notch. Where's my little puncher? You guys see my puncher? Here it is. I found it. All right. Okay, and now we can go ahead and glue it to the back, and we have our little side pocket right here. And truth be told, I could have put a notch there if I wanted, but I don't think it'll look as cute with the notch in this case. But we got a little hidden compartment there. All right, and so for this one, make sure if you don't want to see any writing, the writing's on the inside, so you glue it right on top of the writing, I guess you could say. And we're going to go like that. So we're just going to put glue on our 3 little 1/2 inch panels here. just on the 3 little pieces. Easiest pockets to make ever with these, and they're so sturdy and like strong. So I love that about these. Like you can put so many things in them too. Okay, burnish there like that, and then we'll just cut around it. Super easy. And I just cut straight down like this, and I keep that little white space behind my notch because I think it's totally adorbs. And now we have our little pocket that we can put our little booklet in, like so. And it fits in there like that, and it's so cutie. And you can fit other stuff in there too. It just depends on how much like you stuff your pocket. And if you want it to be a little thinner, I think this one ended up coming out a little taller than mine, so I must have cut it down. So you can definitely do that. So let's see what size this one is to cut it down. 2 and try to see with my little thing here. Do it this way. 2.5. So if I wanted this exact size as this one, I would just cut this at 2.5. Cut the notch off at 2.5. Guess that's what I did. And let's see. I'm just going to go ahead now that I have it like that. So you probably do that before the notch. I totally forgot that I cut it down. And I'm going to put my notch back in there. And there we go. And now I have it this exact size that's really just to fit the little junk journal. And depending on how much you stuff it, you can put other things in there. But that's the exact size that I have if you wanted to do that. But I actually like the other size too, because you can just stuff it with other fun stuff. But yeah, just to give you an idea of all the things you can put in here. I mean, it just keeps going and going, right? So like you can put so many things inside of this little pocket. So that's how you make the little set, and then you just embellish. You can cover up just like we did the other side. You can cover this side if you wanted to, and it's just so adorable. And now let's just go ahead and play around and make some other pockets. A couple more style pockets with our cards, in case you wanted to make like similar to this one or this one. I don't really remember how I did it, but we'll play around right now with that. Sure it'll come to me. So I'm going to take a fresh card here. And so what we can do, let's say we want to do this style pocket right here. So what I think is that we would cut this in half again, right on the score line there. I'm going to go a little bit past it so that I don't have any overage. And then we would just take it and do just like we did before, except for we don't have to do any, you know, trimming it down to 5 inches like we did with our junk journal pocket. We could just do our 1/2 inch 3 times around. It really is that easy. And so just depending on how you score it would be like the different style pocket that you get. And then go ahead and cut our corners. We will burnish. Okay, and then take your card. And we would just go like this, and that's how I made that one. And I can trim it off. Let's say I want a little bit more up top. I don't think I need to. Oh, and look, I have a little bit of the design that kind of matches the bottom, which will look cute when it's all said and done. But remember, if you want to cover up your pocket, go ahead and do it now before you glue it. Just measure your pocket. So like this one's 3 1/4 by 4 1/8. So you just measure it right before you, after, you know, you do your score lines and fold them, then measure, because then that'll be the size of if you wanted to cover it up. And then you just stick it and you literally can stick it anywhere on here, right? Because we're going to cut it. So I'm just going to stick it to the corner though, like this. But first let's do our notch. And you can make endless pockets in different styles with these. It's so fun. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and glue that. And these are great to stick inside of your bigger junk journals, inside your albums. If you have note cards lying around, you can just grab one of those and make some pockets to stick into stuff. They're so easy to make, you know, if you have them lying around. It really takes no time at all. And then we can go ahead and cut that out. And I want to leave that on the top, so then all I need to do now is go ahead and cut the corners. Like that. And look at that. We have another cute little pocket, and it kind of has a little strip on the top that matches, which I could have totally cut off if I didn't like it, right? But that's just another cute little pocket. So that's one way. Now let's go ahead and make this style. So I grab another card. Now save all your pieces, like as you start cutting around, right? Save these little pieces. Like this was the other half when we did our little junk journal. This is the other half. So let's make a pocket out of this one. I think that's how I did this little guy. So let's go ahead and play with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these away from each other. So that was that first scrap when we started cutting for our little journal. So might as well do that. And then we're going to take it and let's see, to have it that way, I think I'll go ahead and score it like this. So I'll put it on the 3-inch side and just go half 3 times around. It's pretty much always half. So you can just, and the backing doesn't matter because you just cut around it. And then we'll do our little notch here, top. This is probably going to come out a little different. They all come out like different. Oh, I didn't cut my little corners off, so let me do that. Can barely see. Okay. Go ahead, burnish. Boom. Oh, this is like more of like a little cute little slimline one. Okay. Well, now we're going to have another pocket. I thought I was making that one, but I don't remember the original size of it. I'm sure we'll get there. This is another cute little style. Look at that one. So this one we make with our leftover scrap from our album. Oh, that's so cutie. Okay, well, let's do that one. Just make literally every type and size and just play with it, you know. Just do your 1/2-inch score line 3 times around. Your backing's never going to be an issue because it's always going to be bigger, right? And then you just glue it on top like that, however you want it. Go, and I could have covered that up before gluing if I didn't like this design. And we just go ahead and cut this off. I could leave the overage there and just cut the corners, or I can just cut it straight off. And look at that. We have this cute little pocket. And this is, I'm going to totally put this in one of my albums or something. That is so cute. Oh, I love that size. Okay, let's do another size. I'm going to use this pack now. Curious what it's going to look like with this design. So now we'll go ahead and cut our card in half. So remember, when we're just playing around and doing regular pockets, here's the process again. We're just going to cut in half. Take our designer sheet here, or the designer side of the card. We'll save this as our backing. We don't have to worry about that. Pretty much takes care of itself. Then we take this one and we can decide. We can cut some off if we want and just play around with different sizes. We can leave it the way it is and start scoring like this, or we can turn it this way and score like this, and you'll get 2 totally different pockets. So that's all it really is, just playing with different sizes, and you know, whether you start your scoring on this side or on this side. So which one are we making? We already made this one, so I'm going to score on this side now, because our last one we did together was like here when we did this one. So I'm going to put it this way this time. Oh, and you could just have so much fun. Just playing with one pack and just making a bunch of pockets is just totally fun. And then like this. And we're going to cut our little corners off. This is going to be a pretty pocket. I actually like this design. I'm going to go like that. Oh, and we have this size one. Well, okay. Too cute. And so, see, it's going to look like that. But I can also cut this down if I want. Right? Maybe I don't want that size. I can just play with it. So let's say I'll take it down to 4. Okay. And I'm going to do that 1-inch score line right here that I cut off. I'm going to cut it again in my corner. Just kind of play. I think that's how I got those other ones. Just playing with it. And now I have this size. We'll do our little notch before we glue. Oh, I love how this design is turning out with these pockets. And then you just decide where you want to do it. Maybe I want it like this with a little bit of the branding or the designer strip on the top, which could look cute. I might want to bring it down so that I have more on the top. So let me show you. We'll do it like this so I can show you more kind of like this style. So we'll go like that. We want to have some space up here so that we can have like a backing. Is that a library pocket? I think that would be closer to like a library pocket style, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and glue each one of our strips. We're just playing and going pocket crazy. And you could, of course, turn one of these into a tag, right? And stuff. I did that, I think, with one of mine with the scrap. So which way are we going here? I think we were going to go like this, right? Because we want that backing. But I want a backing that has white. So I'm going to go like this. I go like this. We'll see how this turns out. I'm going to have lots of fun pockets for albums and stuff, which I love. And now we can go ahead and cut. I'm going to cut just to where I take off the wording. Okay, and then this one I'll just cut to be even with the pocket. There we go. And then I just corner around the top here. And now we have this kind of cute little pocket. Oh my goodness. So that's pretty much all I did. And, you know, if you want it more like this, just cut more off, right? And, you know, go where you have more white space and like glue it like that. And you can make different sizes and nest one inside the other. It is just so fun. Let's see, this one will go in here. And it's easy to store them because they all kind of fit together hanging out. Oh, look at these two. And that's it, guys. So easy and so fun playing with these little note card sets. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And we have some envelopes left. And you can use the same process pretty much and make a little bit of a larger junk journal if you want. You don't have to, you know, obviously use my measurements. You can, you know, make them a little bigger and make, you know, a junk journal that might fit this size pocket, you know, if you want to. So yeah, just play around with it. Have some fun, you know, grab you one of these note card sets if you have them around, or next time you're at the Dollar Tree, just grab a pack and just have a blast, you know, if you're in the mood for it. It is fun, it's relaxing, and you'll end up with tons of little pockets, different sizes and styles to do as your happy mail, put in your junk journals, your mini albums, or wherever you want to put them. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys, today. I really appreciate it. And I will check you guys out inside of our next video. So happy crafting.